Hey, 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 morning, everybody. It's Michelle here. It is March the 2nd, 2023. If nothing hadn't been manipulated with. I hope everybody's good. I'm fantastic, magnificent, and marvelous, and all that shit. Um, I remember when we when we were young, or well, let me just stop. When I was young, you know, because I came from a big family, it just seems as though my mom was always pregnant. And she was, good grief. And she had some miscarriages and she had some stillborns. Um, but the great thing about it, like I said before, the hospital was somehow burned down, mysteriously. It was just comforting, I think, for my dad because we were little babies, running around and carrying on. And um, my mom always um, took care of us, meaning, she was our primary babysitter. She was the head of the household. Let's just be real honest. My mom was the head of the household. Even though my dad was there, my dad was fine with that. He had a lot of confidence in himself as a man. That didn't bother him. But so she rarely allowed anybody to necessarily take care of us per se. I mean, she'll have people watch us and this and that and the other. But like I said, the comfort of all of that is that having a hospital there, that, if something happened to my dad's car, he could have just walked there, blah, 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 check on her, make sure she's fine, when with her having these babies and such. Having the necessities of what makes a community strive, and so there's nothing like that the black culture. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know anything about European culture. I'm gonna be honest. Latinos or Spaniards, because you all are Spaniards, whether you're Cuban, Puerto Rican. In my opinion, that's my opinion. I don't know. That's something. Again, I think that community, the Spanish community, has a lot of healing on its own, just to bring you back to to bring you back together and be more cohesive. You're a large number of people and you're being used and your land is being eroded and this and that and the other and and people hate you, but then they pretend they love you. I mean, whatever. And like I said, with Spaniards who can be Latinos, Hispanic, whatever, you kind of straddle the fence sometimes. And I think that's because you're being eroded and you're being stripped of your identity of who you are. So I mean, this is something I'm observing. That's all. And like I said, with the people I met in the Asian community, I mean, I met some beautiful people in Asian communities. Beautiful people. I mean, they're so helpful. And, as a matter of fact, what I've read about the Asian community was, Asian descents, is they came from a planet called Nisan, Nisan, I think it was. And they came to planet Earth. This is, thousands of years ago. And the reason they came here is because that planet was overpopulated. So I'm curious to know what happened to it. I'm sure it was destroyed. I'm sure it was destroyed. Otherwise, So what I understand by Asian people is that they're protectors, actually, and they do not, I repeat, they do not like bullies. And so they always stand with the underdog. So that's something to observe and you contemplate and you see if that's what you pick up as well. Okay, when this COVID thing happened, because of the overpopulation, so many things can be done right in front of your face and you don't know what the hell is going on because it's just so overpopulated and everybody's distracted and trying to get. So many COVID things can be happening and you have no idea it's happening. So yeah, I mean, how, because if you got so many people on a planet, you'll have a lot of buildings, you have a lot of cubby holes, you have a lot of caves, you'll have a lot of places where you can hide and do your dirty deeds. So the majority of people may not even known that this American politician was even there, meeting with anybody, talking about anything, right? And created this COVID. Like I said, it started some time back. started this COVID, and because evil is patient, it took a while to take effect. But once it took effect, boom, pandemic. And remember, a virus is already dead. All it does is mutate. It doesn't ever, it's already dead. It mutates. It doesn't go anywhere, it's my point. It does not go anywhere. So COVID is going to be with us forever on this planet. And it's going to be here forever. So you need to consider that. And, and not believe all this stuff. Like I said, that's how people know when you're reading. That's how you know when people are reading. There is no vaccines against, there is no, well, let's make this clear. A virus is already dead. How about that? And that should answer the question about what can be effective against something that's already dead. All right, so, but anyway, it was so comforting, I think, to my dad, because like I said, the hospital's there. If he wanted to walk there, he could walk there. But my mom being there, being taken care of. And my dad was a great cook, by the way. I didn't know that he could cook so well, but because my mom was a great cook. And so who else did he get that all from? Okay, all right, cool. But he always he always prepared us grits, eggs, and bacon. When my mom would be away, it was always grits, eggs, or bacon. And it was good because I love me some breakfast. That's probably why that's why I love breakfast. I can eat breakfast morning, noon. That's a favorite time of eating, or breakfast food is my favorite. That old time grits and eggs and bacon and sausage and biscuits and blah 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 blah. But he was good. He was excellent cook. And then when my mom got really sick, he did all the cooking. His greens used to be popping. Like I was like shocked how. But yes, so it was just comforting, like I said, to have those kind of facilities nearby, so that because we were well mannered. My mother made sure that, honey, trust. Okay, she wasn't gonna play that acting. All she had to do, we all know from black culture, if our black mama looked at us at a certain way, we know what the hell that meant. All right, we had to, that's that telepathic shit going on to me, or ESP, right? All she had to do is look at us a certain way. Okay. All right, I knew to shut my ass. I go sit my ass down somewhere, or just shut it up. Because I was always the one asked so many questions. Because like I said, even as a young girl, I was picking up contradictions. That's where I later learned what it was. And so I was like, try to get more clarification. And my mom wasn't having that. Nope. Just sit your ass down and shut up. And, well, not shut up, but stop talking. Sit your ass down and stop talking. I don't ever want to say to people to shut up. Don't ever let no one tell you to shut up. Okay? That's very disrespectful. All right? You can say stop talking, and that's more respectful to say that. So, I just have nothing but, look, there were some problems in that community. Okay? I told you, pedophiles were there. I'm sure murderers probably were there. They were the drug dealers. They were the whores. Also, well, no. They weren't whores. I'm sorry. They were prostitutes. Let's make that clear. They were prostitutes. They were not whores. Okay, just want to make that clear. But we had mental illness. We had alternative lifestyles. We had cross-dressers. Everything was there. Everything was there to prepare me to be who I am. I am who I am because of my community, my black culture. I am who I am because of my mother and my father and my siblings. And, it just goes on and on and on. That's the village we had until these crusaders came in and eroded it and just took all the facilities needed to strive. Okay. And then they just spreaded us out everywhere and whatever, that has to be resolved. That was a mistake. Okay. That's the point I'm making. Forcing us to be with these white people usually who didn't give a fuck about us, that was a mistake. And somebody should capture that. These so-called leaders in the community that allowed that to happen. Okay, segregation, I guess is what they call it. We should not have been forced to be together with these damn people that were lynching and roaming through the night with white hoods on their heads and all this shit, but burning down our houses and burning down our communities. Okay, we should have protected that. We should have never been broken up like we were and as we are. But we're gonna bring it back together. That I know. I'm not even concerned. We're gonna recreate the black culture, one way, shape, or fashion. Okay, and like I said, if they don't want to teach our children, fine. They really don't have to teach our children. I told you, when I worked in that black community, there was no issues with these kids walking 2 miles to get to school. They had that rhythm and they knew how to avoid being hit by vehicles. I rarely had a call when I was out there patrolling where a child was hit by a vehicle. Sometimes, yeah, of course. As we get more and more populated, the likelihood of it will go up. All right, so we came equipped. We know what the hell to do. Okay, we're more needed than any other culture. We're needed to keep a economy going, and that's why these motherfuckers knew to target the economy when they attempted to sabotage. With the blocking of the roadways. You remember the traffic being blocked. There were some issues with the airlines. Then there became issues with the supply chain. They really thought they had us then. Okay, but they don't know black culture either, and that's how you know. And then they start fucking with our food stuff. Adding these unnecessary ingredients and blah 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 blah. So it goes on and on and on and on. So I just wanted to share that despite all of that, we always seem to persevere and get through things, and it's because of the black mother figure. That's how we are able to do this. It's because of the black mother figure. Okay, now that's why I say, black men, you need to protect black women. Otherwise, you're going to be eliminated yourself. You know what I'm saying? And over the course of time, I'm talking about over the course of thousands and thousands of years. Like I said, there's a planet where just women. And they eliminated men because men kept causing, the men had caused so much chaos. They felt safer eliminating men and just having women only. And they know how, and two women together can procreate. Okay. 2 men cannot. Again, 2 women together, if it's about the survival of the planet, can procreate together. 2 men cannot. So, I just thought those were some interesting facts to consider as well, for those creative minds. And you want to use that to kind of expand your creativity and expand your scope of reality. And that's why you've got to get rid of your beliefs and allow all this creativity juice to come flowing through. Okay, creativity has no time for this beliefs and faith. And they want creativity, which is an energy, a force, of the creational energy, wants to come through and lead you. But you got to get rid of your beliefs and your faith and your supernatural, because that's just smoke and mirrors, actually. It's magical smoke and mirrors. And that's how people got fooled back in the day, 1,000 years ago, following these people who claim that they were this and claim they were that. Okay. Right. So I just want to share that plot with you. And my day is starting out very nice. I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. My chosen chores to do. Because someone's supposed to be stopping by later. But anyway, I want to send peace and love to everybody all over the universe. Universal love is what I want to spread. And I hope you receive it, no matter where you are. Peace and love.